Hello, students and grown-ups, or should I say cartographers. Today we are going to make a map, and you need to make a map of a place that's special or important to you. I'm going to make a map, and you can see how I do it. That way, maybe it will help you get ideas for how you can create your map. But before you even start drawing, I want you to think in your head about where your map is going to be and why is it special or important, and what are the important and special places that you are going to include on your map. And you should write those down on a little piece of scratch paper, and you don't have to worry about the spelling or anything. It's just to maybe organize your ideas, okay? And then we'll get started with the drawing. For today's activity, you'll need like some paper and even a little piece of scratch paper or any kind of paper that you can write your list on, something to draw with, and if you want to use a black marker or a black crayon for outlining, that's fine too, and something to color with. That's all you'll need today. Before you do any drawing, you just need to think for a moment about what place you're going to draw on your map. And you can think about a place that you know of, or you can invent a place, is fine too. I'm going to draw the parts of Beach Park that I go to, or that I know about that are important, because I teach at Okra School. I like to go to Illinois State Beach and take walks. I love to get my big giant Diet Coke from McDonald's. I like to go to Founders Park and take a walk too. And then of course the airport is right behind Okra School, so we hear a lot of airplanes and see a lot of airplanes during our school day over here. So I thought these were some important places, and I listed 5, and you should try to at least think of 4, but you can do more than 4 and you can do more than 5 too. And that's your very first step. Once you have your list of important places or buildings, then you can start plotting out those places on your map. And if you wanted to open up Google Maps and look, that's fine, but you can also just think about in your head where you think everything plays out. So the first place for me is Okra School, and then I know the beach is all the way over here, and I know McDonald's is here, and I know Founders Park is about here, and I know that the airport is about here. Actually, it's like all of this area, but I think I'll label it right there. And then of course you can label them. After you have your locations and sites and buildings plotted, you need to think of a little icon to represent each one. For example, a perfect icon for the airport would be an airplane. So there's my airplane for the airport. And I'm going to draw a cute little bee for Oakcrest because that's our mascot. The bees. And for Founders Park, I think I'll draw, how about like, can you tell what this is? It's a little slide. And for McDonald's, oh I know, the golden arches. I think everybody would recognize McDonald's. And for the beach, I think I'll draw like some waves. And that would be my little icon to represent each of those special places on my map. The next thing you have to do when you have all of your icons drawn in is think of a fun little title for your map, and then pick a kind of an open space to write your title. And mine's going to be Spending Time in Beach Park. And you friends, draw this in pencil first, and then you can go over it in marker if you want, but you can't erase if you do it in marker. So I would hate for you to feel like you have a mistake, because if you do it in marker, you just have to keep working through it. So Spending Time at Beach Park is my title. I can even do it like, make it look a little more fun. Spending Time in Beach Park. And there's my title. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is add in the roads, because you use roads, and you can draw them as best you can, because I know like Okra School is on Lewis Avenue, and if you want to label the names of the roads, that's fine too. And then Founders Park is on Beach. You're going to look for a spot where you have some open space, and you're going to add a compass rose. And a compass rose is just a little symbol that shows all of our directions, like north, south, east, and west. And you would put it somewhere so people would know what parts of your map are north and what are south. And so you can do it as easy as just like a plus sign. And I know that McDonald's is north, the lake is always east, south, and west. And or you can also like zhuzh it up a little bit and make it kind of fancy if you wanted to make it a little fancier than just a plain old plus sign. That's fine. Compass rose. The next thing you can add is a legend, and the legend would be some symbols to identify other locations that maybe aren't on your map. And I'm going to put a smiley face, and a smiley face will mean places I've been to. Start adding, and I know I should write the word legend above that. And so I know that I have been to Howe School is over here, so I'll put a smiley here. And Kenneth Murphy School is about here. And I know, Newport School is way over here. Park Middle School is way over here. I'll put a little smiley face here. Okay, now would be a good time for you to go back and look at maybe some of those examples from artist Nate Padovic and see all the fun things that he added into his maps to make them look more interesting. And you can go and add some fun pictures into your maps right now, and then to really just make it add those details to make it a lot more interesting. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Once you have all of your little pictures drawn in and you've added fun details to your map, just like Nate Padovic ahead and start coloring it. But you don't need to see me color because I'm sure you are getting excited about coloring your own. But don't forget, you can always, like, if something pops in your mind, go ahead and draw it in, add it in. Maybe you want to draw people or something else, but I know that your map is probably going to look amazing. So, my fellow cartographers, please have fun making your map of your special place and show it to your teacher. If you can show it to them or email it to them, they would love to see it. And don't forget, finish coloring in all the way to make it look nice and finished. And I know that you're going to do a great job, and I'm really curious to see what kind of places you show on your maps. Have fun working, and I can't wait to see what you make.